sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know. There's so much that I wish I could say. I guess, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your patience and your love, because not everyone gets that, but I did. And to feel grief so deeply all these years later, to have known a love like that, I'm very blessed. Sorry.
No, that's beautiful. I mean, don't be sorry. Like, that's real. That's human. So thank you truly for expressing that. What is up, everybody? This is Joe Adams, and welcome to the Relentless Pursuit podcast. What we do on this podcast is bring guests from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life to share their journey and everything along the way that led them to where they're at today. Real conversations, raw emotion, and the kind of human connection that can't be faked. We're here to make an impact, and that is what we do. So if that is for you, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And if that is not for you, I don't know what your problem is, but it's time to jump on board today. Thank you. But without further ado, I would be honored and I would love to introduce today's guest, Miss Kaitie Biggs. Woo! Yay. Everybody gets a solo applaud.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, it's so good to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. There's a little reluctance coming on. This is your first podcast.
Ever.
You're going to crush it. I have all the faith in the world.
Hope so.
Yeah. I mean, your husband holds you too high. He was like, she's going to crush it. I don't know. He didn't exactly say that, but he said she'd be great to have on. So he has faith.
He's my sweetie. He believes in me more than I believe in myself.
It's my wife to me. She believes in me a lot. Yeah. Do you struggle with like showing yourself grace? And
I do.
Oh man, we really did. We'll get to that probably.
Yeah.
It's something I struggle with as well. It flows out of me, and then, I could sit here with anybody and show them grace and compassion. And when it comes to me, I'm like, you get no slack, Joe.
I know, like you suck.
I know it's rough. It's like, oftentimes I feel like sometimes that's like my biggest thing holding me back. Mm-hmm. So I'm really practicing trying to talk positive to myself.
Yeah, that's a good practice. But it can be hard.
I was trying to do it the other day, and I was like, why can't I think of like positive things to tell myself? And that was kind of a wake up call, because it should be easy.
It should be. You should treat yourself as good as you treat everyone else.
But yeah. Weird.
I know. I do the same thing.
Well, like maybe we'll figure that out together today, or at least make some progress. So, but Kaitie, real quick, do you still own the cookie store?
No.
Okay. So we'll get to that. Kaitie's an entrepreneur. She once owned a cookie store. She's one of the owners of Fuel Fortress franchise, the overall. And her husband is Joshua Biggs. I forget what episode he's on, but definitely check his story out. Amazing individual. You married a good man.
I did.
And, I loved hearing his story, and just, he's really composed, and he's really well thought and grounded. And I think very highly of him. I just really was stoked to have him on my show and get his episode out. He's a good guy. So, and this is his wife. So it's really good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. You said you were building a shared dream with your husband right now. Mm-hmm. What part of that dream is still just a dream, and what part has become real?
So part of the dream that hasn't been realized is building our brand across the nation. So we want a ton of Fuel Fortress locations.
I know.
We're on the way. We're opening our sixth one, hopefully in July in E-Town. And it's honestly been a wild ride so far. The brand has expanded so quickly, and we're just really thankful, really blessed to have everyone on board that we do.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, and that has all happened relatively quick. Since after the first one got going, I mean, the franchise has been rolling.
It has been. Our first one was in Franklin, Kentucky. Stephen Bean opened that one the year after we opened Fuel Fortress Bowling Green.
Yeah.
So he's been rocking since then, and then we've had, 5 others along the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Before we dive into, before we take it back, Kaitie, what does life look like for you today, just in a nutshell?
Just in my day to day, or
Yeah, just I mean, in your day to day, spiritually, emotionally, all those little things.
well, I get up every morning at 5 a.m. and I go work out before my day starts at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And when I work out, I know a lot of people would think this is crazy, but I turn my devotion on when I
Okay,
work out.
that's
So
cool.
it's like my moment of peace before the crazy starts. You
I
know,
like that.
before I need to make a ton of decisions or before I need to delegate tasks to people, I want to center myself into God's word and try to extend that to everyone I come in contact with. Because I see about, 200 people a day.
Yeah,
I really pray every day that I extend grace to those people. And I pray every day that they feel Christ's presence through me and that in some way I positively impact everyone I come across.
that's amazing, and I like that you do the devotion thing. I think that's cool. You make it. There's a saying: "It's all life is ritual," right? So I try to make my training ritualistic in a way, like it's very intentional.
Yeah,
So it's almost like that's your little ritual is like turn on your devotion and training.
it is.
That's badass. Yeah, like I think that's really cool. So if anything, I think that's like the best way to go about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're getting so much out of that time frame right there, just by not only physically moving your body and putting yourself to the test, but like channeling that too, like starting it off with that spiritual aspect as well and combining the two. I think it's really cool.
Some days it can be difficult.
Yeah.
Some days I feel like I need like some rap or some rock to
Some
like
death metal.
yeah,
you know?
something to get the squats going. Sometimes listening to a devotion can be difficult doing it.
You're like, let me pause this and just get
like,
one song. All right, back to it.
But in that moment, when it's tempting to turn it on to something a little more hardcore, a little more worldly, I think it helps keep me on a good path.
Yeah.
Because even when I'm like not feeling it, I try to still choose my devotion over worldly influence.
I love that. Heck yeah. And we're going to dive into more because, sounds like a massive aspect of your life and your lifestyle is your faith. And that's very important to you. So I definitely want to get more to that and how you got to that. But let's take it back. Where do you hail from, Kaitie? Where do you begin? Dive into childhood a little bit, just some influences in your life, your family, what childhood was like for you. And we'll work our way towards where we're at today.
I was born in Nashville, Tennessee,
Ooh.
and I spent my early years in Van Lear, Tennessee.
Where's Van Lear?
In the middle of nowhere.
Okay, sounds like it.
It's outside of Dixon.
Okay.
So I grew up for a short period of time in Middle Tennessee. Then my family moved to Alabama because my dad graduated with his biology degree, and he got a job with the Nature Conservancy in Alabama. My mom was a teacher, and it was a great time frame for us.
Yeah.
So we moved down there. Gosh, I don't remember how old I was, but we stayed there till I was in third grade.
Okay.
And then we moved back to Tennessee, a little town called Cumberland City. Nobody knows where that is either.
Nope. Is that to the east?
It's still Middle Tennessee.
Okay.
So it's in Stewart County. And there's one stoplight. There was one stoplight in the whole county. About 300 people in the city.
They have two now, I heard.
They have two?
I don't know.
Probably.
Hopefully there's, if not, then.
On the up and up.
Yeah, right. Making some changes.
So I grew up in a really small town.
Yeah.
So important influences, I would say, were my grandparents, my parents.
Yeah.
Nuclear family unit.
Of course.
We called them Papaw and Gaga were my grandparents.
Yeah.
So we spent a week with them every summer. They constantly came down to Alabama and made that 8-hour drive before, anything, school pageants and church stuff. Like they never missed anything.
That's cool.
So they were a huge influence in my faith and my life.
So the whole family structure was really tight.
Really tight.
That's amazing to have.
Yeah, I'm very blessed.
You don't see that very often. A lot of people move and stuff, so they don't even have that access. It's just so far.
Yeah, and we did move 8 hours away, but they still
made that effort,
made the intentional effort to have a relationship with us.
Yeah.
The bond we had was incredibly strong.
Was that unit pretty small, or do you have a lot of extended family that you were involved with growing up, or is it just pretty much all you guys?
I have a lot of extended family on both sides.
Yeah.
So I just had my family reunion Sunday in Tennessee, and there were 76 people that were there.
Yeah, it sounds like one of my wife's reunions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or even just Thanksgiving.
Right.
One of the Thanksgivings she has.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot of them for sure, which is great. It's beautiful to
Yeah.
see. I like being present at it. I'm like, dang, they're all from this
100%.
same general area. It's wild.
That's
My,
so special.
yeah, my family's spread out all over. Like I got my parents and my sister's family here. They're all in Lebanon, but then we got relatives in California,
Oh, wow.
up north, Texas. I mean, all over the map.
Which is really cool.
It is cool, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's a family reunion, not freaking like every 10 years,
Yeah.
maybe. So
That's kind of hard.
yeah, it is. But again, I've got my family, you know, and I've got great people in my life. So yeah, I got what I need.
That's a good step.
Exactly. I got exactly what I need. But that's a great thing. What was that? So that was pretty much, you lived in Cumberland City for like throughout high school and stuff too?
So I lived there from the time I was in 3rd grade to the time I moved for college. And then I just moved to Clarksville. So an hour away.
Yeah.
And then I came home every weekend. So
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30? Okay. And then you were there for a while?
I was. So I graduated in 2018.
Yeah.
And that's when I met Josh. I met him a month after I graduated with my biology degree.
Dang, that's awesome. What was like, you know, going through school? Were you an athlete? Because you're in great shape. I mean, obviously, y'all are fitness people. You know what I'm saying? Was that something that you took on maybe later in life, or were you always an athlete growing up?
No, I wish I was an athlete.
Really?
I'm so uncoordinated. It's so bad.
That's funny. So you were just like, what got you into training? Was that before you met him, or?
It was before I met him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had always wanted to be in the gym. I lived an hour away from civilization. So there were no gym possibilities. And I just wanted to do it so bad. I couldn't wait when I moved to college that I could go to a gym.
Yeah, it was like your first thing.
So excited. Yeah. I guess that was my sport because I could like pick things up and put them down. Whereas like I had more trouble hitting a ball or kicking a ball.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my chance. Yeah.
That's funny. So you just dove straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think he said he had seen you were competing, right? You got into competing?
Yeah, I did.
What was that leap? What forced you to get into that? Because that's a lot of commitment.
It is a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it until I was in college. I think my first show was my sophomore year of college. And then my last show was my senior year. So I only ever did 2 shows.
You only ever did 2 shows?
I only ever did 2.
That's all you needed.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. It was a lot of time consumption.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult for me to balance being a full-time student. I had research programs that I had to partake in, and I had a job at the same time.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't much time in the day.
Yeah. So you mostly just did it for yourself?
I did it for myself.
Yeah. I did one show when I was in the military, and that was just like, it wasn't for me. It was like something I didn't want to continue, but I wanted to test myself. I just put myself out there in that way.
Yeah. Try anything at least.
A challenge.
Once.
Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, okay, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just wasn't for me moving forward. And then I somehow was just always tied into that world for the longest time. But yeah, it is a huge commitment, especially being a full-time student. You can't it's one of those things you have to go all out in to succeed.
You got to put 100% of your effort in.
But you also want to be a good student. I imagine you seem like you were a good student.
I was.
Yeah. I felt like you probably like got everything done on time, probably early, right? No? Okay.
I was like the queen of procrastination and bullshit. So diamonds are created under pressure. Get it done at the last minute. My best work ever.
You know what? I appreciate that. I'm very similar in that way. I still do that because I like, if I have like a really long window to get something done, I know that. It's like, I got this video project I got to put together.
I'll push it to the last
And I'll just be like, should I do that? I have it in my checklist, and I'm like, nope. And then I get to where like I'm a week out, and I'm just like, game on, baby. And it's stressful as hell, but I always make the best product that way.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but I turned in my questionnaire like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. For any future guests, try to give me like 2 days prior. No, I'm just kidding. No, you did though. I mean, it came out well. You know, it was thorough. So I'm not worried about that. You got it into me regardless. So that's all that matters.
Got it in.
That's all that matters. But yeah, so what did you end up going to school for?
I went to school for biology. I had hopes of becoming a marine ecotoxicologist.
Get that from your dad, I guess.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad really taught me to love nature, God's creation.
Yeah.
He taught that to me and my sister from a very early age. My sister pursued her path in biology. She's a biologist in Cleveland right now.
Cool.
Super proud of her. God had a different plan for me. I had a different path.
Yeah. One you did not expect.
I didn't expect. Yeah.
Well, before, we dive into this, are you still, so obviously you're still close with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still involved with like your grandparents and stuff, or how long were you involved with them for? Like, yeah, tell me about that.
We're still very close. My grandma, Gaga,
Okay.
I try to see her as much as I can. I took her on a cruise 2 months ago.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, just me and her. That was
First cruise for her?
That was her second cruise.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my Christmas present to her.
All right, sweet. What about your grandfather?
He passed away.
When do you mind if I ask you when?
2016.
2016. That was a pretty heavy blow for you.
Yeah, it was. It completely like shattered the way I saw the world. And I don't know, it was my first big loss.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions on that?
Absolutely.
On your grandfather? Just because I can tell just by looking at you how impactful he was in your life. So you lost him in 2016. What do you think he gave to you that you didn't realize you needed until he was gone?
He was my rock. He believed in me more than anybody. And he accepted me 100% for everything I ever did. He was my biggest fan. Yeah. Always. I was his like little shadow growing up. We would spend every weekend together. He would come in like clockwork Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And we'd go run errands, or we had horses when I was younger. So I built the fence with him, and he let me tag along, never got frustrated with me.
Yeah.
Never raised his voice or his hand to me, not one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a very special man.
And it sounds like you really took advantage of your time with him.
I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I kind of fumbled it when I was in college.
Well, it's like Josh has spoken about with his father, it's just like you don't realize, and a lot of my guests I had a guy lost his father that I talked to a couple episodes ago, and he's lost him at 18, he's like, you don't know what it's like to go through the world without a dad till he's not here anymore, and it's like heartbreaking. It definitely hits me when I hear people talk about this stuff, because I tell myself every day, like, I want more time with my parents. I need to give them more time. And it's just like, but life, and I know it's an excuse, but like, you only have so much time in the day, and it's one of those things I struggle with, because
it's difficult.
It always comes.
Family,
yeah.
You have responsibility, but that's one of my biggest regrets is choosing like my friends in the gym over him in his final years. That was so stupid.
Did you know it? But did you know that it was like his final years, or?
Everyone else saw it coming but me. So
in your mind, he's invincible.
He's invincible. He had always been invincible. He had rheumatoid arthritis. So he had been to the hospital more times than I could count for being sick.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, the last time that he went, I was like, he'll come out.
Yeah.
So, being with my friends and being at the gym was like so important to me. I really didn't capitalize on the last time that I had, like the way I should have.
Yeah. You said the worldview kind of shattered. What do you mean by that?
I saw time differently. It ends.
Yeah.
Life ends. Your loved ones won't be here one day, or you won't be here one day. And until that point, my other grandfather on my mom's side had passed away when I was really young. And then I went all those years without any major loss.
Yeah.
So he was my first one. That in that grief, I don't know, we were there when he passed. And that was an experience that changed me.
Yeah. I think, from what I've heard and like your ambition though, and everything going on, I think you've carried a lot of him with you.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. I believe so. I think that's the only way, personally, I think is like, what do? You carry their spirit on with you in the best way.
100%. He taught me hard work.
Yeah.
He taught me to stop when the job's finished,
Yeah.
not when you're tired.
Right on.
Yeah.
If you could say something to your grandfather now, what would you say?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know. There's so much that I wish I could say. I guess, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your patience and your love, because not everyone gets that, but I did. And to feel grief so deeply, because everyone loses their grandfather at some time, but for it to still affect me so much all these years later, to have known a love like that, I'm very blessed.
Yeah, you are. Thank you very much for expressing that, Kaitie. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
No, that's beautiful. I mean, don't be sorry. Like, that's real. That's human. So thank you truly for expressing that. And that putting that out there is a very powerful thing. And I don't know, I feel like he hears it right now. So
I hope so.
yeah, thank you. Most businesses try to solve one problem at a time. These guys built something different. Nashville Fit, Bodywell, and B2 Wellness Suites. 3 brands operating as one ecosystem. Community, collaboration, and wellness all under one roof. Nashville Fit runs a results-driven media network built for businesses at every level. Whether you're trying to grow your brand, sharpen your performance, or get back on track, this is where expert coaching meets real accountability. Bodywell is your starting point for event staffing. Fitness, massage, wellness experiences brought directly to your corporation, your big event, your race. Whatever you're running, they show up ready. And B2 Wellness Suites is a collective of health and wellness professionals, each with their own specialty, all working towards one goal, helping you feel your best in a co-working environment that's relaxing to be in. Here's what makes it work. It's not just 3 separate businesses doing their own thing. Every piece is built to support the others. Advertising, coaching, accountability, wellness, all connected so you don't have to figure it out alone. If you're ready for a smarter, more complete approach, check out Nashville Fit, Bodywell, and B2 Wellness Suites. Links are in the description below. That was a good break.
That was a good break.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm like, God, why didn't we record all that? But it is what it is. Here we are.
All right.
Ready, Kaitie?
I'm ready.
So moving forward, again, thank you for sharing what you said regarding him. By the way, what was your grandfather's name?
David Hart.
Rest in power, David. Good man. Never knew, but from what you said, I can feel that. And so got a lot of respect for the man.
Thank you.
That happened in 2016.
Yeah.
So you met Josh not long after.
Not long after.
2018, correct?
Yeah.
And that's when you were about to graduate from college, or was that towards the end of college?
I met him right after college, like a month after college.
What was the next step? Because y'all met. What was that like? And yeah, I know the cookie store came not long after, or
the cookie store came in 21 to 22.
Okay, so let's go back through.
Wasn't here long.
Yeah, let's go through y'all meeting then. Like, what brought y'all together?
So I was doing that show my senior year. I prepped all through my spring semester. I had a research project I had to get done for my genetics program I was working on.
Yeah.
And I had a job all at the same time.
Of course.
So it was pretty brutal, but I made it.
Yeah.
So my show is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Josh had a client in the same show that I did, Battle of the River.
Yeah.
And her name is Angie. She's a very sweet lady, very important to both of us. She competed in physique. I was in figure. And he was in the audience watching the show. I got second. I was ready to be done with it.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with my donuts, just happy it was over.
Yeah.
I was so excited. But he messaged me on the way back from the show, headed to the family reunion that, we just had Sunday. And said that I did a great job, looked great.
Can I come to the family reunion with you? You're like, what? And I'm just kidding.
He asked if I was single. And I usually didn't respond to DMs a ton.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hate in my,
Really?
yeah. So I was always like afraid to open up my DMs.
What for?
Probably just because I was a more muscular young female.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people hate on that so much?
I don't
Who
know.
cares?
I got a lot of it. So I didn't really like to open up my DMs, but I saw him pop up, checked out his profile, and I mean, this guy's like massive, huge. I was like,
It's
damn,
obviously not a hater.
he's a little scary. But I messaged him back that I was single as a Pringle. And for some reason, he thought that was really funny. So he wanted to meet me after that. And we met in Bowling Green for our first date at the gym at Parks and Rec.
Really?
Did an arm workout. Yeah.
Beautiful. He was pumped about
Love
that. He's
story.
like, God, I haven't hit arms. I got to get this pump for her. That's awesome. Upon meeting him, was that something you expected? Because I know you had your goals that you wanted to pursue.
Yeah.
He touched on it lightly. So how did that I guess obviously it worked out, but did meeting him interrupt something at the time for you?
It's crazy how it all worked out. I was busy. I was not busy, but I was interviewing with a professor in Miami for an ecotoxicology C lab down there.
Yeah.
And my plan was to move to Miami for grad school to get my master's and my PhD. And we started dating and we fell in love. So,
Yeah. You were like, change of plans.
Well, I still was like,
I want to ride dolphins and stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't know exactly, where this is going or, what I really want to do now. But he owned a supplement store in Portland, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And I would drive to go hang out with him and work out at the gym it was connected to. And there was a meal prep kitchen in the supplement store with a man named Kevin, who he was like co-owners with. And I think Kevin was kind of burnt out with the business. So me and him kind of looked at it and we're like, we could probably do that.
Yeah.
We could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know what gave me the confidence to do that. I was like,
you and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, just okay.
Just us. Like, I don't know what gave me the confidence to be like, yeah, I could run a business. I can cook food.
Something
Never done it before.
Totally different than marine biology.
Yeah. I was like playing with fish and shit. And then I was like, no, I can cook food. It's fine. We'll figure it out. And we did. He went and took out a $30,000 business loan and he asked me if I would work for him. And I said, hell no, I'm not going to work for you. I'll work with you.
Yeah. This is 50-50. Yeah. Okay. I'm changing my whole life for this.
I was like, you're not going to be my boss. I can't, I don't like that. So we went in as partners and those first 2 weeks that we took over the business were pretty brutal. I was still working at Gold's Gym at the time in Clarksville. So I had put in my 2 weeks there and I wanted to finish out my 2 weeks because my managers had been really good to me at Gold's. So I would get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, drive 2 hours to Portland, Tennessee, learn how to like run the business from the previous owner. He gave me like 2 weeks to learn. And then I would drive back and work a shift from like 2 to 10 at Gold's.
Jeez.
Then drive an hour home.
Committed.
Yeah.
You're probably like in that commute. You're like, what did I get myself into?
I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So I started staying in Bowling Green more just because it was a 45-minute drive instead of a 2-hour drive. And I mean, I would stay there at the beginning phases until like midnight.
Yeah.
Just buried.
So y'all were together at this point.
We were together. Yep.
So I'm curious, like, that is a massive shift in trajectory on your life.
Huge, yeah.
And totally just not in line with it at all. So what was it that gave you that confidence? Like, was it Josh? Do you like your belief in him, or did you see something in y'all's relationship that, I don't know. You get what I'm getting at? Like, you obviously took that direction and you were putting in a lot of work and hours that you didn't need to. You didn't need to do all that, but you did. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, but there was some kind of something that flipped that just gave you the faith to do it, I guess.
I think it was, we saw an opportunity and we had blind faith.
Yeah.
Because I had only known him for, 4 to 6 weeks at this point. A very young relationship.
Young love,
Young love, diving headfirst into business, which I had zero experience. Thankfully, he had some already.
Yeah.
But zero experience in cooking. I microwaved everything.
Of course.
Like fast and easy. So I was learning a lot and trying to get it all done as, a 2-person team.
Yeah.
That was pretty difficult. So I think a couple months in, because we were only in Portland from August to December, and then we moved it to Bowling Green. But our landlord, I think a month in, saw me there at like midnight, taking trash out, trying to wash dishes. And it was such a pivotal moment for me. He looked at me and he was like, "You act like you're a business owner or something." And that's when it clicked. Like, oh my God, like my life has completely turned on its head. And
Yeah.
I am now a business owner. That's insane. Like I was going to be a marine biologist.
You're like, I have changed yeah.
Yeah.
You totally shifted things.
Totally shifted things. Brandon West, thank you for recognizing that in me, because that was such a huge, small sentence, but a huge moment for me. Like it was very impactful. It meant a lot.
Isn't it crazy? Like just those little moments, like just hit you so hard.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. And it like flipped a switch and I was like, I'm going to work even harder.
This is what I want.
Yeah. Like he recognized in me that I had something. I had it.
Yeah.
And because he recognized it, like I'm going to work even harder to try to make this dream come true.
Yeah. And y'all probably both turned it up and it was just like this fire.
We worked as a great team together, just right off the rip.
That's awesome. And I want to dive more into that too. I was going to ask though, given the proximity and the relationship you have with your family, what were they saying about this? Because,
Oh, yeah. They're like,
what a tarnation.
What are you doing? My poor mom, she was upset because it was a dream I had to be a marine biologist since I was like in 3rd grade. My whole life, I wanted to do this. So I think they had a harder time letting go of it.
Yeah.
Because they knew it was my dream. But at the time, I had I just let it go.
Yeah.
And I shifted. And there's just certain times in life, not always, but you have to like let go and let God. And he did.
Things can shift like that.
Yeah. And you just have to be receptive to it and 10 toes down, whatever direction it takes you.
What do they think of Josh in this situation? Because, here he is, he's got a kid, all this stuff. So I'm sure they were probably like, oh, this girl's losing her mind. I mean, they support you, right? But
they do,
I know I can imagine from the outside looking in though, seeing you have your dream and then you got this guy in your life now. All this new responsibility that you never expected. They're probably like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, because they just want the best for you at the end of the day.
100%.
So it's like, that's the whole thing. But it obviously all worked out.
It did. My parents love Josh.
Yeah.
They love him.
How could they not?
They love him like a son.
Yeah.
I think my mom loves him more than she loves me sometimes.
Like, Mom, jeez.
Yeah. But at first they were like, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
This is because I mean, once your kid is 22, you can't tell them like, oh no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
But they were like, I hope you know what you're getting into because you're going in deep.
You had that faith.
I had it.
You definitely went in deep. Like, that was pretty quick to do so.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty awesome.
There were a couple of things that I struggled with at the beginning. A couple of people made comments like, oh, you were so smart. Now you flip turkey burgers for a living. Just kind of like moments that cut a little deep because I went from having the respect of being seen as an intellectual, a smart person, to being a dumb turkey burger flipper.
But then they don't understand the work that goes into
every
piece of it. And that actually takes a lot of intelligence and balance to do so,
There's a lot that goes into it.
I think when you take on business ownership, people just do that. Like, it's weird. Like, it doesn't matter what business you're owning. Mm-hmm. Someone's got something to say. I mean, I've had people that used to be friends be like, you don't have any skills. Like, I don't know. You're not going to go anywhere with all this. You just need to like swallow your pride. And it's, those things cut, but then it's like, first of all, there's no pride involved. It's the crazy thing. And it's like, at the end of the day, they don't see behind the scenes of what all it takes, all the pieces, all the work, and how valuable that actually is, And it's like, you got to kind of just shrug it off.
Yeah. And I had to.
Yeah. I mean, a chip on your shoulder is fine. It's like, it doesn't hurt to be like, yeah. You get to a certain level and you think back on it and you're like, yeah, now y'all see it. Look at me now. I don't think that's a negative thing, but that shouldn't be your whole purpose to move forward. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just shrugged it off and you just kept rolling.
I had to.
Yeah.
There was nobody else to pick it up behind us.
Those things because those things can throw you off.
They can.
People allow that.
But if we were to get thrown off, I mean, who would pick up the slack? It was me and him.
Exactly.
That's not fair to my partner.
Yeah.
So he pushed it forward. He was great at business connections, marketing. That's like his specialty. And he's a numbers guy. So he's always been great at budgeting and pushing the vision forward.
Yeah.
And then I'm better at building structures, coming up with creative ways to keep the business flowing, keep customer engagement, day-to-day interactions.
Yeah.
Like really the grassroots of the business is more of like my bread and butter.
For sure.
And then he's the visionary that pushes it and scales it.
Yeah, I'm the vision guy. Like I'm everything in my business, but I definitely can't wait. Eventually, I want to have somebody that's like the grassroots.
Yeah.
There's strengths.
100%.
You got some people that are better at like the big dream stuff and tackling that and doing the things they need to do to get there, but at the same time, you're not good at the step by step. Like the little steps.
Right.
Like that's really hard for me. And I fall on my face way more times than I can count. And there's lessons there. Mm-hmm. But like if I understood that side of things, like what you do, probably wouldn't fall on my face quite as much. But you keep going.
You gotta fall on your face. How do you learn if you don't?
It's valuable, but y'all both played the essential aspects of growth together.
He is my husband first and foremost.
Yeah, for sure.
And then business comes after being my husband.
Mm-hmm.
So we're teammates in a unified front versus the world.
Yeah.
And, with God on our team. God, obviously, at the center. And then united front against everything else.
Yeah.
And, we don't let the little stuff get in the way. We don't sweat little things. We try not to argue over petty little stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're big problems that we're trying to tackle together.
Yeah.
So keeping as a unified team is really important to us. The sanctity of our marriage.
For sure. And that makes me ask, what does being a virtuous wife mean to you in practice, just not in theory?
So to me, I choose being a wife over being a business partner. I'm both, but being a wife is more important to me. And then
that's awesome.
Because, if you have a strong household, then everything else you can deal with together. But when you're a divided household, everything can tear you apart.
Man.
So I always ask my husband, do you feel loved? Do you feel supported? Do you feel important? Because he is all those things.
Yeah.
And if I'm slacking, I need to know.
That's awesome. That's really good. I think there's a lot of value to be learned by that too.
I think there's a lot of guidance for men on how to be good men and good husbands.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people speak on being a good wife and a good woman.
Yeah.
I think it ruffles a lot of people's feathers.
I am with you, and I was talking about this recently, men, communication. Mm-hmm. And communication is a big thing. We just want to take it on the chin and just handle things on our own. Go out and conquer, right? And then we come home. But the communication of the things we're facing, we talked about it, the vulnerability stuff. I think that's so important to create that unity and that strength in the home to the max of its capability. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But then a lot of women, and you got to show grace on both sides because it's all we learn things from everybody before us, right? So things are passed down for generations. And I think a lot of women, their examples, and even if they had good dads, they saw that. They saw their dad just kind of take it on the chin and just deal with things. He wasn't very letting things out like that
Mm-hmm.
because it's always been seen as weak or whatever. So almost like retraining that. I'll say this because my wife, when I first met her, I had like massive anxiety. I was like, I'm going to burn this relationship. It's too good to be true. I'm going to screw this up. And she was like, Joe, she didn't take it personal. She's like, feel that. And then she just gave me that space to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think women learning how to give their man space and be okay with them feeling their shit allows a man to come in and feel their stuff and then be a better man across the board. And then it all flows together, right?
100%.
You know, so you get that.
Yes.
And I think it's very important you're speaking on these kinds of things because, yeah, there's a lot of things men can improve for sure. Like I talk about it all the time on here.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things women can improve too.
100%.
You know?
I think being the piece of the household is really important for a woman.
Yeah.
Being his piece. Because when he comes home and he has a sense that he can relax and be vulnerable, then he has the strength that he's renewed the next day to go out and fight again.
Yes.
And that is so important because a lot of women forget that that is our duty to be the piece of the household.
Yes.
Because it's really easy to get annoyed by certain things and to like nitpick and nag. And I understand that things are frustrating.
Yeah.
But you have to look at big picture. Is it really a big deal that he threw his clothes on the floor and didn't put it in the hamper?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
Because one day those clothes might not be there.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
That's the truth. And I couldn't say it any better. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thanks for expressing that. I think that needs to be heard for a lot of people out there for sure. You know, it's the little things.
Don't sweat them.
Don't sweat them.
Don't sweat them.
I talk about this a lot. Like I'm fortunate to love what I do and like struggle through it and fight. Like it's a lot, but I love what I do and there's so much purpose, but coming home to peace is the most important part. And like, if I didn't come home, like that's why my relationship with my wife is the number one priority. And it's because I could go to the worst job all day, every day. But if I come home to this like center, this relaxation, this peace, this love, I could go do whatever I needed to do. If I knew I was knowing I'm coming back to what I do, it just makes life that much better. But if you're going back out and it's your job sucks and you're just like, oh, and then you come home and you're getting nagged and you know, it's like, dude, that pushes people off the ledge a lot of times.
Yeah.
There's a reason. I mean, people go crazy and do wild things. You hear about it in the news or some wild story. It's like we can only handle so much emotionally.
Marriages fold all the time.
Yeah. So if the world is beating down on you and then the home is beating down on you, it's like, what else do you got to give?
Yeah. I mean, you'll run out.
You'll run out.
Yeah. I think it's not expressed how important wives are amongst the wife community.
Yeah.
Because we do have duties, we do have responsibilities, and it goes so much more than just sexual.
Yeah.
That's part of it, but also true intimacy.
Yeah.
With your husband. And it starts not in the bedroom, but it starts by making sure he feels loved and appreciated. I do think, men are more simple creatures than women, but they still have a broad range of needs.
For sure.
And you need to make sure that those needs are met. And if his cup is full, he can pour into your cup as well.
Yes.
Nobody can pour from an empty cup forever. So express when your man does something that you appreciate, express it to him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
That goes so far.
So far. Like, thank you so much for helping me with the laundry. Thank you so much for getting groceries on your way home. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you do for our family.
For sure.
Thank you for who you are. I mean, when you express gratitude to your husband and you recognize him for all the wonderful things that he is.
Yeah.
And all the things that he does. I mean, his cup is full.
Yeah.
And he can go another month and just fight every day for your family.
Yeah.
Because there is some truth to traditional roles.
Oh, I agree. For sure.
We have more of an untraditional household because we both work.
Yeah.
As a team, but the basic roles of husband and wife are the same.
100%.
We keep it pretty basic.
One, y'all make a great team. you know, like you said, but for like the wife to not have to have a job, that's just tough in general in this day and age.
It
So in an
is.
expensive world, it's like a pretty ambitious goal. My goal is for my wife to be able to quit her job. She's just cutting down on hours and stuff. She's working towards that, but she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and homeschool and stuff. And like, I love that. I'm
Yeah.
all for that stuff. Going to what you said is so important to just show that like, hey, thank you so much is such a simple thing that goes so far with a man.
It does.
And I don't think it's really understood across the board how much value just a simple statement like that is.
And yeah, and it goes both ways.
Yeah, and it goes both ways, 100%, because the wife always also needs to see value in herself.
I do think there is a push, a worldly push for women to disregard marriage, to disregard being a wife, and to go like, you know, however way that you want it to.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big OnlyFans culture. It's really sad to me
Yes.
because so many young women are trading their value for money.
Yeah.
Something as worthless as money.
Yeah. And like, truth is, a lot of good men out there that want to build a family don't. If that's out there, they don't want that.
No.
They're like, hey, I'm sorry, like this ain't gonna work out.
Right. That has lasting, long-term impact.
Yeah, it's sad.
And everyone applauds girls and women for doing whatever they want to do when they're hurting themselves.
Yeah.
10, 20, 30 years down the road, if you want to build a family, all this stuff is hanging over your head.
Mm-hmm.
There is a better way. There is the right way to go about it. Don't trade your worth for something as worthless as money. That's going to go anyways.
I mean, it could go tomorrow. The dollar could have zero value. And then it's like, what do you have if it all burns down?
Right. Because at some point, it's all going to end.
Yeah.
Money is very transitory.
Mm-hmm.
It comes and it goes.
It does.
You have to learn to live with it and without it.
You were talking about how we do have our traditional kind of roles, right? And sometimes I just get so overwhelmed and caught up in just like so many things that maybe I do lose sight of some things I need to be doing. But same thing for my wife. You know, she's with our daughter most of the time. She's an amazing mother, but she still does work. She has a lot on her plate too.
Sure.
So communicating that and being able to communicate it, and also making sure your partner is receptive of what you're trying to get across. So for us, it's like we are very good at holding each other accountable. Like she feels that I'm falling short in some areas, this is rarely an issue, but she'll be like, Joe, like, I feel like, you know, this, and this. And it's not nagging. It's just communication of like, I know what I need to be doing. And maybe some of those things aren't getting handled to the best. Right. And vice versa. Like I'm willing to do the same, but we also are receptive of it. And it's like, okay, yeah, I need to be better. And at first, sometimes I do get a little defensive because I take it hard because I don't want to sell my family short in any way. And I'm just like, oh, I'm a piece of crap. You know, what have I done?
That negative self-talk.
Yes, I spiral fast.
Yeah, I do too.
But I come back around once I calm down. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like, thank you for letting me know that. I'll be better about this and this. Same, but it should be the same, you know, towards the wife too. And I think that's such an important part of communication, because I think a lot of people's idea of what communication is yelling about your feelings, disregarding like how the other person's receiving it. And then you're really just getting nothing across. You're telling somebody how you feel in your way without understanding how they're taking it.
Right.
So I think really getting down to it and like making sure those things are coming across back and forth in a positive way that helps you just be better for each other.
I think that comes from intentionally choosing whether you want to speak life or death into every relationship that you carry, from your friends to your customers to your spouse to your children.
Yeah.
So we can have this emotional impulse to speak on the way that we feel and speak harshly, but that is speaking death.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak life and communicate in a calm, collected manner?
Yeah.
Or do you want to cause permanent harm to the person you're speaking to?
Yeah.
And I have to do this with my teenage daughter a lot because she's very emotional. We're learning emotional regulation. I'm trying to teach it to her because I feel like a lot of women struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to struggle with it.
Yeah.
We have these crazy hormones every month. but you can't let them control you.
Yes.
You have to learn how to live with them. So I'm trying to teach her, and at times it can be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
When she's like at a level 10 to meet her at neutral.
I'm trying to tackle that now with mine. She's 3, so I'm like, okay, when she loses it, when I tell her to do something, she doesn't. And she's like, throws something at me or whatever, whatever her impulse tells her to do, something crazy sometimes. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But like drifting away from the authoritative kind of fathering, right? And I think a lot of that emotional regulation heavily comes from the father, especially with little girls. And learning how to just be patient, because I know if I raise my voice and I'm like, no, I told you to do this, she's going to get more emotionally out of control. Yeah. And so learning how to just, one, be the example of emotional regulation, be like, hey, it's good. Okay, you hit me. I'm going to I'm here, but I'm going to separate myself so you can't do that again. Or whatever the case is, and just teaching through consequences rather than like, I'm going to spank you if you do that again, it just doesn't do any good. So there's ways you can really be intentional about it early on. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it or I got it figured out, but it goes back to what you just said is intention. And I think just being intentional about your marriage and parenthood is everything, because you may not know exactly what to do, but just the intention alone and doing the best you can is what has the greatest benefit, right? If you're intentional about something, it's going to work out.
Yes. And always taking your emotions into account, but filtering through what is reactive and what is going to be constructive. Because, your feelings are valid with certain things, but you have to dissect your feelings before you speak on them.
Yes.
Am I feeling this way because I'm just tired and irritable already? Or is this a legitimate reason to be frustrated that I need to communicate?
100%.
And deciphering that before we speak on it. Because if we just speak on emotional impulse, a lot of times we can speak harm.
Yes.
And that can cause a divide. And it's really hard to bridge that gap once those little cracks have been created.
Yes, 100. I can say for me, my emotions rise quick. So I've really got to think on it and just breathe and take a minute, because I know if I get something out right away, it's not going to be what I meant to say or wanted to say.
Right.
And so I can feel that in my body. That's probably not the right time for me to say something, because it's not going to get delivered how I intended to at all. And you really can't take things back once you say them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I see that in my daughter, I tell her hey, I can see that maybe this is more hormonally influenced anger and frustration. Why don't you go take a second?
Yeah.
Before we continue speaking. That is okay.
Yeah. I'm taking a second too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Let's collect ourselves and come back and talk.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's how we navigate through a lot of problems.
I love that. I'm curious, getting into the relationship with Josh, knowing he has a daughter, what was that like for you? I mean, is that something you expected or wanted, or because that's a massive role to take on as well.
At first, it was terrifying, because I've always respected parenthood for what it is and how much of a responsibility it is.
Yeah.
I had no experience with kids. I was the baby. So
yeah. You're like, oh, God.
I was like, oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I would tell Josh my fears, I don't know what I'm doing. She's, 5, almost 6. I'm afraid I'm going to mess up. And he's like, look, no parent knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, I couldn't have asked for a more wonderful transition into motherhood. She has never questioned my position in her life.
Really?
And how rare is that for a step parent to come in at age 5 and 6?
Yeah.
What a blessing. The first time I met her, she hugged me with open arms. She has always been very inviting and wanted me in that role. And that role intimidated me because I knew what a sacred and big responsibility it was. But I view her as one of my greatest blessings in this life, because she showed me that there are bigger things than myself.
Yeah.
I have this little human that looks up to me for guidance on how to be a woman going into life. And now she's 13.
Yeah.
And it's been an incredible ride.
It's crazy, that perspective shift.
It is.
It hits you hard.
I was 22, so I was like,
oh boy, here we go.
I remember the first time I had her in the back of my car, I was like white knuckle driving.
Yeah.
I was like, I have this precious life in my back seat.
Yeah.
And like, I'm so scared.
Of course. Have you ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
No, I don't think I ever watched that show.
My wife and I, like, sometimes we will like those silly shows like that you can just play background or whatever. We don't watch a lot of TV, but we like that and a couple other ones, The Office, stuff like that, lighthearted things. And there's this character, Barney, and he's just a playboy the entire every season. He's just like sleeping around with women. He's selfish as can be. He's a funny character though. But that's him in the group of friends. He's just like, they're always rolling their eyes at him. And then at the very end, he has a baby girl. And he wants nothing to do with her, but he goes to the hospital anyways. And then he holds her and he's like, you just see this shift. He's like, everything I am is yours, you know? And he just totally shifts. And I think it's, I mean, I get emotional with cartoons. You know, I can watch a Disney movie and be like, oh my God, I understand, you know? So like, I always tear up with that because I know that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so much bigger than you. And I think it's a really cool thing to see. But that's what you talking about, like understanding how much bigger it is than you. That it made me reflect on that scene because I think it's just powerful in its own way. And it's a really cool thing to be able to understand. And you'd think that most people thought that when they have kids, you know, but unfortunately not everybody has that shift.
Right. It's a wonderful blessing.
It's the greatest blessing.
But a huge responsibility that you don't take lightly.
Yeah. Because all the things that you do and build, like with your business, but also your actions and how you react to them and the things you teach them, like, I think that's the meaning of life really, is like what you pass on to
the next generation.
Like that's what matters more than anything you do. And so it's, you know, it sounds like you guys got that awareness though.
I'm very blessed. I know what I have in a daughter, and I mean, I thank God.
Yeah.
I really do.
Hell yeah. Is there anything else you want to say on motherhood and, you know, the wife role? Anything that's like really hitting you with all that?
Savor it.
Savor
every little bit.
Yeah.
Because we get so caught up in the little things that we have to do as parents and wives and business owners that time flies. We're halfway through 2026 already.
Yeah.
So take a moment, just an ordinary one, and just make a mental picture and reflect on it. Because those are such precious little moments.
Yeah.
That once they're gone, you can't return to just in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
So take time, express gratitude for everything that your family has to experience. Good, bad, ugly. It's time together.
Yes. Thank you for that. I love that. You know, and it's crazy you say that because even like something as simple as changing diapers, like for me, you know, the way I look at it is like I'm helping my daughter. Like I'm doing something for her. Like that matters. Next thing you know, she's like potty trained and she's doing it herself. And you kind of miss like just being hands-on helping her with that. Yeah. It sounds so crazy to say because I know a lot of grown men that have never changed a diaper in their life. But to me, it's like something I almost wanted to do because she needed me for that. I'm being there with her and like making space. You know, we got to put on your spacesuit, you know, the new diaper, right? What I could do to distract her from like flailing and just those little things. But like that, I do miss somewhat because I'm never going to get that opportunity again with her.
It's funny you say that because when Josh talks about when Blakely was a baby, that was his special time with her.
Yeah.
Was changing her diaper. He said it was just me and her.
I appreciate that. Heck yeah, Josh.
He's a wonderful father.
Yeah, I know.
It was her and him for many years together, and he played both roles. He has a very supportive, wonderful family that helped out a ton. But to be a father and to take on, you know, the motherhood role for a little bit, he did a fantastic job.
Good on you, Josh. Shout out to Josh.
Shout out to Josh.
He's watching this. He's like, oh my gosh.
He knows how to braid
Why would y'all do this to me?
You're like,
I'm trying to learn that.
He's an incredible, incredible man.
I love that. That's amazing. Now going back into business owning. Yeah. Fear-driven. Okay. You mentioned fear-driven. So you use that phrase to yourself. What is fear actually doing for you? And what is it costing you?
So up until this point, I've kind of let fear rule me.
Really?
For a long time, fear was just always in the back of my mind because as we've grown, we've taken on bigger and bigger projects with bigger and bigger consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And fear and anxiety has just ruled my life for years at this point. And it's, it's a little embarrassing because it shouldn't. And I knew the whole time that it shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I let it get the best of me.
Yeah.
A lot of it came from when we were building the gym. The cookie store had failed and we had nutrition open and we were broke. Broke.
It's
And
terrifying.
oh my God, we had built our house before we ever decided that we would do a gym. So we were building our house and building the gym at the same time.
Yeah.
And we ran out of money and the bills were coming and it just felt like we were getting buried alive.
Mm-hmm.
But we made it through by the grace of God. We really did. But it was a scary time. But I've let that time imprint on me. And I've been so afraid to return back to that spot.
Yeah.
Of being the feeling of being buried and drowning. And, oh my gosh, how are we going to get out of this?
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, when you are in that spot, it's not as bad as the fear of being in that spot.
Yes.
You will make it through. You will persevere because you're not doing it on your own.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the time we've gotten through with our own grit and our own strength, and we haven't relied as much on God.
Yeah.
So recently, I just learned I had to surrender. We've had some deals that we were waiting on to be pushed through, and they've taken longer than what we've anticipated. And, we just want it so bad for our brand and want it so bad for our family. But I've had to surrender it because the more I grip tightly to something, the more it seems to slip away.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. It was just a couple of weeks ago. I was like, God, I can't do this anymore. It's you. Like this fear, I can't live with it. Like I surrender. It's you. It's in your hands. And then after that, I felt this peace come over me.
Yeah.
Just like this deep rooted peace in my soul.
Yep.
Later that afternoon, one of the deals was approved.
Isn't that crazy?
Insane.
It's like this tightrope. The tightrope is faith. And then fear is all down here.
Yeah.
Right. And as soon as you look down, you start wandering in that direction, and rather than just like staying purely focused on faith. And it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. I mean, having faith, even though you believe in it so wholeheartedly, is still a tough thing. You have to be intentional about maintaining that.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
And then when you give in to the fear, it can knock you off your path so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
What's the story where the apostle was walking on the sea and his eyes were fixed on Jesus?
Yeah.
He took his eyes off and he fell in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same thing.
Of course. I think that's a very applicable connection there for sure.
Yes.
Life lesson.
It says fear not, 365 times in the Bible? I mean, how impactful is that?
Of course.
So, I will admit that I let fear get the best of me for a long time, way longer than what I should have.
Right there with you.
And it can bar you from so many different opportunities because you say no out of fear.
That had been an issue for me for a long time. There's probably a lot of opportunities I didn't step into because I was afraid of that, rejection.
Yeah.
Oh, well, these things have all fallen through, so it's just going to happen again. And you don't realize you almost talk yourself out of any chance of success because you let those things take over.
Yeah. Fear of looking dumb, fear of falling on your face, but you're going to fall on your face.
It's part of it.
It's part of it. And it's how you learn. But I mean, what's the worst that could happen in this life?
Yeah.
You pass away, but you're with God.
Yeah.
If that's the worst thing that happens, you're still winning.
Exactly.
Because all of your treasures are not on this planet. They're not on this earth. They're in heaven.
Yeah. I talked to my wife about this the other day. I was just like, I'm just tired of, I had one day where a couple opportunities that I was really looking forward to fell through. And like I was telling her, I'm like, just tired of this shit. She's like, Joe, but look at the opportunities that have come after that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you're so right. And like really understanding that's part of that faith is that like, hey, understand that you may not know why, but that door closed for a reason. You know, step through it. And if it closes on you again, hey, there's another door down the hallway that you need to be walking down to.
Yeah.
You know,
if God walks you to it, he'll walk you through it.
Yeah. The fear and anxiety thing, I mean, that's something that I relate to wholeheartedly, and it's tough to work through, but it took me a long time to get here too, and just believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many people, I mean, I'd say a lot of this stuff that you're talking about, like, you know, building, you know, it comes to a point where like the money's gone, right? So there's no safety net, you know, and you're like, oh my God, that's overwhelming. And that makes sense that fear and anxiety creep in. I mean, you're human and those things are going to do so, but a lot of people, unfortunately allow that to creep in on just the thought of doing something, and they don't even realize it. And then they never take that step. But like worst case, you know, what do you got to lose?
You'll make it through.
You'll make it through.
I mean, how many billionaires, multimillionaires have been bankrupt?
Yeah.
A lot.
Exactly.
Almost all.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have to file bankruptcy, so be it.
So be it.
Build back.
Build back.
They'd be all right.
At what point did the cookie place come into play? Was this during, like, y'all are in the middle of all this? I do want to hear about that because you said that was just an ultimate failure.
Ultimate swing.
Which sucks because I love cookies.
So we had owned Fuel Nutrition for quite some time at this point. And it was before the gym was even a concept, before any of the Fuel Fortress stuff. So I had been making cookies and selling them out of my healthy meal prep store.
Yeah.
It's like little cheat meals. And people really liked them. So I was like, well, you know, let's just open a store, sell these things. And Josh, my wonderful supportive husband, was all about it.
Yeah.
And we opened the cookie store a couple storefronts down from Nutrition. It was in the same strip center.
Okay.
And we rocked and rolled it. The first week I was like, wow, you know, we were selling, you know, $1,500 worth of cookies, which is a lot. So I was like, man, hell yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
We made everything from scratch. It was very labor intensive.
Yeah. Were they healthy or not?
Oh, no.
Okay.
They like weighed a pound. They were stuffed.
I prefer that.
They were just diabetes.
Heck yeah. Right up my alley.
So I was really excited to bring it to Bowling Green because I liked to bake at the time, and it was just something fun and lighthearted that I was really looking forward to. But man, I had a manager named Tyler. Shout out to Tyler. Thank you for all the hard work you put in. It was me and him trying to run this damn cookie store, and it's just the money dried up. I had 2 competitors move into town like a couple months after I opened. It was Insomnia and Crumble Cookie.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Big stores.
So I couldn't withstand it.
Yeah. What did, you know, obviously y'all are public facing at this point. What did that do to you, you know, failing publicly? What did that do to you as a person?
It crushed me. Like, I was so sad because something I built and I really put everything in didn't work.
Yeah.
I cried. My husband was like, oh my God, you have to get over it. Like,
it's probably an identity hit too, you know?
It was, because I was like, I'm a big fat failure. And like, this is embarrassing.
Now I got to eat all these cookies.
Yeah.
Just by myself. Yeah.
Damn.
That sucks.
But it was, I learned that even if you do fail, it's not the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, it taught you something.
It taught me something. I asked God why for a long time. Like, what was the point of that? It didn't even last a year. That's crazy. Because we still had to pay on that loan for years after. I think it was like 3 years we got that monthly bill in the mail for the mortgage. And each time it was like pouring salt on the wound. But we were able to pay it. Praise God.
Heck yeah.
It taught me that even if something doesn't work out, you can persevere through it and try again.
I love that. Before we shift forward, what's the biggest difference between the woman that started the cookie store and the woman that is now part of building feel fortress?
I think I was a lot more reckless and I had blind optimism.
I know how that goes. Yeah. Hell yeah.
When I started the cookie store. Because I was like, man, I've already, opened one business. I can do it again.
Yeah.
Fine. What is structure? I don't need that. You do need that, by the way. Very important.
Mm-hmm. You saying that, it reminds me when I opened the headquarters. I mean, you go into it, that blind optimism, you think you got all the support because the current business you have has got a lot of support. Like, that's doing all right. So why wouldn't I open the cookie store?
Yeah.
Like, people are going to come buy all the cookies.
Yeah, they didn't.
And then it slaps you in the face and you're like, nah, can't have expectations. And it's like, okay. But then again, like, the learning lesson that comes from it all, I think, is the true value, because that makes you better for whatever is ahead of that.
Yes. So I've had successful businesses and I had unsuccessful businesses. And I think it's important to see value in both.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I learned a lot from going under.
Yeah.
So, every time that we open a business, I don't have any intentions on harming anyone because I know what it feels like to being on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
I don't go in with any harm ever.
Yeah.
There's an infinite amount of wealth out there. We can all exist in the same space.
Yeah.
And it's never my intention to hurt anybody. Do you struggle a lot with, realizing that you have haters?
Sometimes, because it's like, I don't think people realize, like, the things they've said. They do cut. For someone like me, they cut deep pretty fast at first. I bounce back pretty quick, and I realize, like, that's just the nature of the beast, Like, as I grow, there's just going to be more. My wife will tell me that. She said, Joe, the bigger the things get, the more you're going to have.
And if you're doing something good.
Yeah. And as public facing as like I am, and I'm like literally cutting it open and letting it all bleed out. Like, that's going to, you've got to be willing to understand that that's just going to be how it's going to be.
You got to learn to take it on the chin.
And it's going to suck.
It does suck.
But understand it doesn't make it easier.
No.
Especially when it comes from sometimes people you once cared about. It's like, damn. Like, because you put yourself in a similar position. Like, you'd never say something like that to someone you cared about. Like, I would never say these things. I would never tell you to quit or whatever the case is. And it's like, so it hurts because you're like, I would never do something to somebody like that.
No.
So it's a reality check.
It is. And if you're doing something that's worth doing, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen more than once.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still not to the point where I can, like, I don't know, where I'm totally okay with people disliking us, hating us, wanting us to fail.
Which I don't know how people could hate y'all, but y'all are some awesome people.
Thank you. We definitely have some haters, but that's something I don't think I can get used to.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get used to it, but I also just, I don't know. I know how to take it on the chin too. Like, yeah. I can take hits and keep going.
You got to learn to.
Yeah. I started doing this like in a physical way, but I started a burpee journey. I'm trying to go for 1 million burpees. So I'm at like 118,000 in, right? So I've averaged like 850 a week for over 2.5 years.
850 a week?
It's such a ridiculous thing, and it sucks. It never gets easier, and I think it's very applicable to what we're talking about. It's like getting hitting the ground and getting back up over and over again. Like, you physically train yourself for your mind to be able to get up and keep going.
Yeah.
You talked about we're diving into the faith a little bit. Building 2 businesses, one that failed and one that hasn't. Where does God fit into that story, the failure and the success of both?
Honestly, just surrendering it all.
Yeah.
When I fail, surrender, faith. When I succeed, surrender and faith.
Yeah.
I have to really put all of my trust into his plan, and that it is good for me, and that he has plans for me to prosper and not suffer. Suffering's going to come. Yeah. It's inevitable in this world, but I know that God's plans are greater for me than the sufferings that we face. I don't really know how to word that in a better way, but when I failed, it was a true test of why. And sometimes we will never know why. And
That's
we
okay.
have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And then when we succeed, we can't forget what brought us to our successes in the first place.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of easy when you're on the mountain and you're feeling good to kind of like let things slip a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you're in the trenches, that's when, you're holding tight to your faith. You're giving it all to God.
Yeah.
You can't forget to do that.
Maintain it at the bottom and the top.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And, use the valleys to appreciate the mountaintops.
For sure.
Because you can't stay up there forever.
Yep.
You're going to come back down, but you're going to be okay.
That's a fact.
And that's through any challenge that this world may throw at you.
Yeah.
That rings true for all of it.
For sure. What's the plan you're most, I don't know if you are scared, but so this may not be applicable, but what's the plan you're most scared he has that's different from the one you wanted?
I don't know if that is truly applicable for me.
Yeah.
Because my plans have already changed so much
Yeah.
as it is. So I really don't know if I'm clinging tight to a plan. I have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
We have a vision, but it's up to God in how we get there, and he's going to take us through it.
Yeah.
I
I agree with that. I can align with that. I think of my vision. I used to be able to I could put it on the wall.
Yeah, like these are the steps that
Yeah.
I'm going to take.
This is what it looks like if y'all could see it, But now it's so much simpler. Like there's this like center vision, but I don't know, just the canvas is getting painted as I go.
Yeah.
And just kind of like understanding that too. You got like this core you want to get to, but you can't really place everything there that hasn't happened yet.
Right. And, have plans. That's wonderful to have a plan. But when it changes, bend to it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you'll break.
Yeah, for sure. You're a woman who built a fortress, literally and figuratively. I'm going to have to change that up too.
Sorry.
What's harder, building something or surrendering control of it?
For me, it was surrendering control.
Yeah.
I like to have my hands in everything, very hands-on person. So to be able to release it, that was really challenging for me. And I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
I'm still in there scrubbing toilets myself sometimes.
That's what it takes.
That I have no issue with hard work and dirty work. I do struggle with letting others be in control and taking control of things.
Delegation. This is a common theme.
Very important. You have to be able to delegate.
Yeah.
You cannot grow if you don't delegate.
I had this guy, Josh Hudson. I don't know if you've heard about Optimize You.
I have heard of Optimize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great people. They're very involved here with National Fit. I met Josh Hudson. He's one of the partners in it. Owns 39 clinics, right? I mean,
Yes, I have met them.
Yeah.
They are awesome.
They
people.
are awesome. Yeah. I listened to his story, and he talked about the 80-95. He's like, Joe, you're a perfect example. Like, you do everything your own. Like, and you're going to give it everything you got. He said one thing I learned a long time ago was that this rule, and he's like, if I take on a task, like, because it's mine, like I can give it a 95, all said and done, like it's a 95.
Mm-hmm.
But with delegation, it's like, no one's going to like look at it the exact same way you do. So maybe they give an 80, like their best, and they're giving an 80.
That's fair.
But in order to grow, you have to be willing to give on that 15. Yeah. Because like if you're constantly striving to get that 95, you're going to constantly be doing everything yourself, and you're not going to really get anywhere. Mm-hmm. So, and that's something I've had to think about.
And that's also when faith comes into play, because I have faith that what I'm doing is going to grow to support all of the roles that I need.
For sure.
Because I can't keep doing everything. I need somebody to come in and help me.
Yeah.
Reaching out that hand and asking for help.
100%. Kaitie, I'm pretty sure we've come to a good close on all this. I feel like we covered most things from your journey. I'm sure there's some stuff we can sit here and kind of like think on and pull out. Is there anything else that you want to bring up into today? Yeah, that you're really feeling called to.
I think if you have a dream, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the end of your life, you don't want to live with regrets. You don't want to live with what ifs.
Yeah.
Because what's the worst that happens? It fails.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. If you have a dream and you have something you feel called to do, go for it. 10 toes down, give it your all. It's always worth it, even if it fails.
And I think that's perfect, because I think for, y'all's girl, she sees y'all are leading by that example. Isn't that a cool thing?
That is cool.
You're teaching her, like, just by your daily actions to go for it, and I hope that's something I pass down to my daughter. It's part of why I can't quit, because, like, what does that show her?
Yeah.
Like, keep going,
Right.
And so I think that's a very valuable thing to say. So thank you.
Choose positivity every time.
100%. Now I've got some rapid fire questions, and then
Lord.
we're going to close with my final question.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. Fear or faith? Which one's louder most days?
Faith now.
Now. Okay. One word your husband would use to describe you on your worst day?
Sad.
I just came up with these. Okay, we'll go with that. Sad. The moment you knew the cookie store was over?
Devastated.
Yeah. Just it hit you like that? Yeah.
It was, a dream, and it was something that I had seen being successful, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
And I had to learn to be okay with closing it, because we were drowning. We had more going out than coming in.
Yeah.
And on such a low leverage sale,
Yeah.
a $4 cookie, it's hard to pay these thousands of dollars of bills.
Sure.
It's okay. You got to know when to let it go too.
100%. It adds up.
It adds up. It's all right.
Yeah, that's good.
You're all right.
What's the version of success you don't talk about because it sounds maybe too small?
Happiness. Choosing to be happy, because it's a choice.
Yeah.
You can choose to be negative, and that, I think, is a human default, is negativity.
Yeah.
Especially when we're flooded with it, with the news and social media.
Yeah.
Every day there's a ton of negativity out there. You have to choose to be positive and be grateful. Look for your blessings, recognize your blessings.
Yeah.
And be thankful for them and express your thanks for them.
Hell yeah. I've heard you bring up gratitude a lot. I have to shed light on that. That's such an important thing. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I think what keeps me going, one thing that sticks to me is gratitude. Just maintaining gratitude at all times is like also one of my biggest motivators or something. You know what I'm saying? That really gives me that drive, just thinking on what I'm grateful for and recognizing that if you can maintain that, that'll keep you going. It works 100%. For me. Yeah, and you bring it up a lot, so you're a big gratitude person, I can tell.
I'm very thankful.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah, so important too, because you can lose sight of everything.
Very easy to.
Yeah.
It's very easy to not be thankful.
Yeah.
And to think everything's going wrong. Why does everything happen to me? I've slipped into it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dark place to be. It's not who I want to be.
Yeah.
And so my husband and I, after we were down on our luck for a little bit, we had a conversation around Christmas when we were struggling to buy Christmas presents for our daughter and things were tight. We made the conscious effort that we were going to choose to be happy, and we were going to choose to think positive and to choose life over death.
Yeah.
And breathe life into everything that we do. And I was like, you know what? We're going to make $1 million this year. And we were broke. So, I mean, that seemed really stupid at the time. And we came to that conclusion together, and things turned around in just a month. We didn't quite make $1 million, but we weren't hurting.
Yeah.
So since then, we fought and, made it intentional to choose happiness, to choose optimism, that things are going to work out. We're going to be okay. Everything's going to be great. Yes.
It reminds me of this quote: you can make a heaven of hell or hell of heaven.
I like that.
Right? Like it talks about your mind.
Yeah.
And like it's all a choice. Like in your mind, you can look at the surroundings around you and it could be perfect. It could be beautiful, and you can make that your living hell. Mm-hmm. Or the opposite side of that.
Right.
Well, no matter what the circumstances, you're good.
Law of attraction.
So important.
Yeah.
Oh, I did want to ask you, before I ask the final one, what would Kaitie today tell Kaitie that's in college ready to go swim with dolphins and stingrays and stuff?
I would tell her.
I don't know if that's exactly what you wanted to do, but that's just. I think marine biology.
That was a huge perk. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I think I would go back and tell her to not take yourself so seriously and to not be so hell-bent on this plan and to, stay true to who you are at your core and just be grateful for everything. Because I did struggle because it was a huge transition for me, huge 180.
Yeah.
So there were some dark moments. I'm not going to say that it was all peachy and easy, when you're sleep deprived and opening a business and don't know anything that you're doing and just kind of winging it. Like there were some dark moments. And I wish I could go back and tell her that it's always going to be fine.
It's all good.
Enjoy where you're at, because oddly enough, you're going to look back and miss those times.
Yeah.
That were simple. They were brutal, but they were simple. And you kind of miss it.
Yeah.
As weird as that is.
Heck yeah. That's perfect. Thank you. Last question. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Kaitie, what is your relentless pursuit?
I would say my relentless pursuit it sounds super corny, but the pursuit of happiness.
That sounds amazing.
That's what this country is all about: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Kaitie, it's been an amazing time with you today. Where can people show you some support, show you guys some love,
Visit our website, feelfortress.com. You can visit a couple of our different locations: Nashville, Clarksville, Franklin, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, E-Town, and Bowling Green.
Guys, show them some love. I mean, just such amazing people. I told Josh this, I think that one of the biggest reasons for your success, and I see it so much clearer now, is that just the people that you are. And he talked about the energy y'all carry and how that bleeds out into your community. And I think after sitting with you today, I believed it talking to him, but now sitting with you, I'm like, it's so clear. Who wouldn't want to support you? I think you guys are amazing people, and I just wish you all the success. And I can't wait to see where y'all go, because y'all deserve it.
Thank you.
So it's been an honor hosting you today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Of course. I'm going to shake your hand. You can move the mic. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Till next time. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned in this show, and honestly in life, is that healing doesn't live in just one lane. Some people find it through addiction recovery, some through therapy, some through faith, some through hard conversations that they've avoided for years, and some for finally being honest about what they're carrying. I started this show to give people a voice, to share real journeys, real struggles, and real growth. And what it's shown me is how many people are walking through similar battles, even if it looks different on the surface. Through this platform, I've been connected with people across so many lanes: addiction recovery, mental health, veterans and first responders, faith, marriage and relationships, trauma, and everything in between. I want to say this clearly. If you're listening right now and you're struggling, please reach out. You don't need to know exactly what you need. You don't need the right words. You don't have to even know exactly where to start. But through my network, I'll do everything I can to get you connected with the right person in the right lane for where you are. That's what this show is about. Real stories, real connection, and reminding people that there is a way forward.